Hello everyone and welcome to the Tek Torrent Podcast. I'm your host TekShinji. How's everyone doing today? This is episode number 56 of the year. How's everyone doing? Let's see who's in the chat. We got no chats at the moment, but that is cool. We got a lot of things to go over today in so little time, but at the same time, I'm gonna make it a short one. I'm gonna try to keep it under an hour because I got things I want to do, folks. All right, so what we got going on today is we got two lithium batteries. Yes, these are Dakota lithiums, my friends. So for those of you that haven't been following along in our Discord or whatnot, last week I bought some batteries that were not last week, but roughly 2 weeks ago I bought some batteries that weren't really that great. They were pretty bad, and they actually started to burn right here and the plastic melted. So now I got myself two Dakota lithiums, and they're the 10 amp hours. They do cost significantly more. These are about $100 a piece, so not cheap, no. But I do believe these are much better quality. And per Fixation's pestering, I did make sure to balance these appropriately before use. So they are all within 0.01 volts of each other. At least last I checked. They can float a little bit over time, but it's close enough. I'm gonna put these in my UPS. I'm not gonna do it on camera tonight because just in case something happens, don't want to become a meme. We'll do that off camera at a later time. If you are in our Discord, you will get to see that live stream when I do it with the Discord. So let's see who we got in here tonight. We got Creating Space. Creating Space says this looks pre-recorded. That's because it is. I can predict you so well that I know when you're gonna show up. So yeah, exactly. This is pre-recorded for sure, 100%. So yeah, I just wanted to say that these are the 12 volts, 10 amp hour batteries. As we all know, this is the UB1280 size. So this fits in any UB1280 appliance. Well, it's supposed to. And regarding wattages and stuff, it's been becoming increasingly difficult to narrow that down. But the maximum these can do is supposedly 120 watts a piece. That's 240 watts, but the UPS this is going into puts out 600 watts. So I'm not exactly sure how that works. I really don't know. But that is not of the concern tonight. Just wanted to go over and do a quick check-in on the batteries. And what else we got is this Ubiquity device right here. Can you guys see that? It's kind of cool, right? So this is a Ubiquity switch, okay? And this is not just a normal switch. This is a 24-port switch, and it is the Ubiquity 24 POE Pro edition. You might be going, Shinji, what's so special about that? Well, this is also equipped with something called POE++. And that POE++ is what allows it to go up to 400 watts, which is quite nice. This thing can put out a lot of power, and I've been running out of ports on my humble 8-port switch on my Ubiquity Dream Machine, so this will come in real handy. We're going to do an unboxing of this and kind of look at its insides. We won't be doing any setup tonight. I'm waiting for all my server components to come in, right? I'm setting up a little mini rack. That's going to be really exciting. There should be one day a video on that, but no guarantees. Depends on how all that goes. What else we got here? We got Creating Space. I think they do 120 watt for an hour. Should be able to do more peak. Yeah, this one can do 400 watts. That's maximum power output on all, or not all, but on almost all the ports on this thing, because 400 watts on all the ports would be, it would be insane. This thing would go way more than that. Because POE++ goes up to like 90 watts or something like that. It's pretty high. It's pretty significant. All right, so as you guys know from the stream last week, we do have a new section in our Discord that involves something called projects. So if you guys are working anything at home and you got any cool things going on, projects, Fixation likes to talk about his projects of making babies. That's a very unique project. You could tell me about that too. But we're going to be focusing on more things we make, things we do. So let's check out what we got in our Discord today. Before we move on, let's do a quick roll call. So Creating Space is here, and thank you for being a wonderful moderator in our Discord. We also got Paladin. Paladin, how you doing, man? Nice to see you here, or her. Oh, we got a lot of hearts and balloons and stuff coming our way. Thanks a lot, buddy. Appreciate it. Got Gundy stuff and things. How you doing? Oh, la, very nice. Yes, ooh la, very nice. Yes. Were you talking about the switch or the batteries? Because I just have the batteries up here. We'll be unboxing this in just a second, seeing it in all of its glory. One thing I will say, it's heavy. Okay, it's a 24-port switch, yes, but this thing's got some weight to it. It's probably because of the power supply. The power supplies are pretty heavy in these things because it's not the server power supply kind that blows air that's really loud. It's actually pretty quiet. So it'd be really awesome to see. All right, so let's show our Discord real quick and go over some projects first. So what we got going on here this week? So last week we started the projects channel, okay? And now we got all this cool stuff, right? We got all these people posting. Last week we talked about H something, I forget his name, it's blanked out because it's in streaming mode. He did a dual Mora system with the D5 duals here and another set of D5s in his computer, I believe. It was pretty nice. And oh no, this is the one with the dual D5s in his computer as well. So dual D5s out here, and then on this one we had a pump in here with the radiator, and there's radiators in this computer as well, which I'm assuming is to allow for redundancy. Like that way, if you unplug it from the radiator, you can still move it around and still use it. It doesn't need the radiator, but it is nice to have. And this week we got something from our very own mastermind Andrew, which is one of the leaders in our channel here, and he does a lot of hard work. Go check out his channel whenever it comes out. So what do we got going on here? Is that, whoa, is that what I think it is? Oh, so you got something nice. So that that appears to be an MK60. Let's see here. Let me move this over a little bit. Yep, MKE 600. So that's a pretty nice microphone. Is this the, I can't remember, Andrew, is this the one that's battery powered? Or is it the one with the XLR cable straight in the back? I don't remember. But that's a pretty nice microphone. Let's see what else what is he doing with that though? Let's take a look. So, ooh, now that looks pretty. Doesn't that look nice, guys? Wow. It's a pretty, so that's a Zoom AMS 24, and what this is this appears to be, yep, it appears to be a oh, I'm missing the word, audio interface. So it converts XLR or quarter inch, because that's what these weird looking ports are, or jacks, 3.5mm jacks, to a computer interface that will connect to your computer and give it all the things that will let you obviously stream to your computer audio. So that's pretty cool. I have something similar for this setup, but it's actually going through the camera. So I got a wireless mic here on a wireless battery pack that's being transmitted to the camera. It's getting encoded into the camera, and then the camera's HDMI signal is being captured by the capture card on my stream PC, and that's how I'm doing it here. This is a good way to do it if you have a really nice microphone that needs XLR or phantom power. That's pretty sweet. So let's take a look at chat real quick before we move on here. What are people saying? So let's see. We got Soul7 in the chat. How you doing, man? Soul7, thank you for being a moderator in our Discord and for being a loyal follower. Thank you so much for that purple fish next to your name. Gundy stuff and things. Sennheiser, nice. Yes, that's what I said, right? Nice, very nice. Soul7 has dropped a link to the Discord. Thank you so much for that. Creating Space says battery or phantom, either or. Nice. So that's kind of cool. It can use all of that. Soul7 says please smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you, Soul7. Yes, guys, please go ahead and do that if you have not already. Let's move on to our next project. Let's see what's going on. All right, so I switched on over. Let's see, so, oh, we got more stuff from Andrew. All right, we'll look at that in just a second. So we got something from PC and EV. This is Thomas. And looks like a nice cool case with some RGB fans. Can't really see what's going on in there. Let's take a closer look. Let's see, we got, oh, that's Radeon. Hey, I know that card. That's a Radeon 6800 XT. How do I know that? I don't know. I just do. Don't ask. So yeah, we got a nice white case. Got a nice CPU cooler. This looks like I can't put my thumb on it. I know this brand though. The way it looks like it's all white like that. Yeah, that's a 6800 XT for sure. 100%. I guarantee. So this card right here is the Dell, like Dell OEM 6800 XT. Okay. What's unique about, so if you guys remember the Radeon 7, okay, the Radeon 7, let me show you guys here. If I do, what is it? The Radeon 7. So if you guys remember this card, oh, not that, let's go back. Where is it? Images, right? You guys remember this card, right? This card right here, I'm kind of blocking it. I'll go to the website. How about that? So this card, okay, this card, this Radeon 7, is basically the template, okay, for the for this card that's in this PC right here, this Radeon 6800 XT. It's basically exactly the same thing, except the motherboard, the PCB is different. The cooler design and everything is virtually identical. It is almost exactly the same thing. That's a little tidbit about that card. Let's take a look at this picture. And I think this confirms my suspicions of it being a Radeon 6800 XT. Yep, it's a Dell Radeon 6800 XT. They only look like that. Got a nice little, what is that, 2 terabyte drive it looks like. That's pretty sweet. Is that 2 terabyte? It looks like a 2 terabyte. See, this is definitely taken with the phone. Whenever you take a picture with the phone and you zoom in, you can see how everything is kind of muddy, not grainy. It looks kind of muddy. That's how the phone's AI makes the pictures look better in higher resolution. Yep, that's definitely a 2 terabyte though. I can see it. Can you guys see it? That's definitely 2 terabytes. It's nice, cool. We got a 650 watt power supply. That's plenty. Plenty. I wouldn't use that, but it's plenty. 2 sticks of RAM. Got that dual channel going. You can see it's in offset spaces. Oh, I know what that is. That's some Noctua thermal paste right there. Good stuff. All right, so we got that from our Discord. What else do we got in projects? Before we move on though, let's check the chat real quick and see what we got going. So the chat is good. Everyone's safe. Awesome. All right, so let's go back and check out what's going on with the next project. So by the way, guys, if you do post in projects, you can in fact make a thread, right? I made it so you can make your own thread. Make your own threads and you can put details or a description on what's going on. And you can talk about your project in there. We just try to keep the main channel clear. I don't think that's gonna be a problem for a while. A lot of people don't really seem to, oh, Soul7's in the group chat doing something. I wonder what he's doing. He's probably playing video games. Man, I wish I was playing games. All right, so we got, that looks like an oil pan. I used to be a mechanic for many years in a different life. An oil pan. At least that's what it looks like to me. Let me know, Andrew, if it's not an oil. It might be an oil or transmission pan for a vehicle. Or probably a truck. It looks like a truck oil pan. We're using, oh, yep, it's ATF fluid, so that's most likely a transmission pan for probably a car, not a truck. But it could be for a truck. I would say it's more for a car now. And I don't know what's up with this picture. Let's see. The star drive, the Torx, that's interesting. Yeah, that's kind of cool. So Andrew, let me know in live chat if you are joining us and you're still here. What is going on with what that is? What is that? What's going on there? That's kind of cool. Anyways, guys, this is our projects channel. This is where we get to drop all the cool things and we can talk about it on the stream. If you have something cool going on or something you want to show me, I'll talk about it on the stream here. All right, so let's transition on back and check the live chat and see what we got going on. Let's see. No projects for me, says Soul7. I'm just lazy. LMO, forgot I was still in voice chat. Yep, you're still in voice chat, my friend. All right, so let's check out, we're gonna move on to the next section. We're gonna check out our Ubiquity 24-port POE 400 watt switch. This is the professional edition. and we're going to check it out right here. So, as you guys know, with Ubiquity items, you do not need a knife to open it. They come with special packaging that allows you to just tear it away, basically. Let me zoom out all the way. All right, so here's the box. We do have a bit of a dent in here, and I hope that doesn't go into anything. Ubiquity is pretty good for packaging their items. They're pretty good at covering everything up. So before we open that, let's take a look at the back here. This part right here, 400 watt total PoE power supply. That's pretty darn sweet. Layer 3 switching. Don't know if I'm actually going to use it, but it is nice to have. That is definitely for sure. And we got 2 SFP ports and a bunch of, so these are PoE++ right here. So it's up to here, that's PoE+, and these are all just PoE+. So let's get ready to open this thing. Come on, zoom out. Uh-oh. There we go, zoomed out. So let's take a look. Oh, before we take a look and open it, let me just check chat real quick. See what we got going on. Creating Space says, truck pan was leaking and replaced it with one with a drain instead of the factory one without a plug. It sucked dropping the old one with a gallon of fluid in it. Yeah, I've done ATF changes plenty of times in my day, and at least with ATF, it's not in the combustion cycle or the combustion chamber at all. So it's not filled with, you know, disgusting things from combustion. ATF fluid smells much cleaner in my opinion. And it's basically soap. It's basically detergent. It's detergent and some oils. And it doesn't degrade as fast. So at least you did an ATF fluid change at the same time. Can you power a 3090 with PoE? 400 should be plenty. So I suppose if you take 4 PoE++, use that special box I had that converted it to 12 volts, and then somehow power the rails with that, I'm sure you could do that. I'm sure that's a possibility there. That might be a fun video one day. Totally impractical, but might be fun. Why are people texting me? Don't they know I'm busy? Let me just make sure this is nothing important. Oh, it's my friend's mom. My friend's mom is texting me. They're trying to get me to do things, and I'm like, nope. Only if they ask, okay? I'm not doing any mommy daddy nonsense. Only if they ask me, I'll do it. If mommy asks me, I'm not gonna do it, because I believe, personally, that people should be independent and that they should make their own executive decisions. And that is the only way that they will learn. If they just constantly do what other people tell them, or don't ever get the foresight or the experience of making your own executive decisions, I feel that is very limiting, and it causes people to become very sheltered and not be able to be independent. It makes you dependent on those that are making those decisions for you. So that is why I told her that I will not be doing that unless they ask me themselves. Anyways, quick tangent on that. So let's get on over to this unboxing. I'm pretty excited. So you might be wondering, TekShinji, why did you get something like this, right? Well, I did because I ran out of ports. Okay, I ran out of ports. So here's our little tab right here. We're just gonna do a nice little rip. Oh, that's actually not how it's supposed to rip. So what's supposed to happen, it's supposed to be one of these. So this tape's supposed to stay on, and it's supposed to come off like this, but we've already taken this off, so might as well. Okay, zoom back out. So we got the top right here. Go ahead and open it up. So this box is probably all of our accessories and things. And the switch is right here, so we're gonna go ahead and slide this out. Grab the switch itself. Look at this nice packaging. There's like over an inch, almost half an inch of padding on all sides. That is something I do like about Ubiquity, and that is that's everything in the box. Nothing else is in there. So we got this nice, strong padded structure that is protecting our nice switch, and we got a nice like tie back like material. Okay, let me put these foam pieces back in the box. All right, so let's take a look at our switch. So we got this nice tie-back covering. I do like these because I believe these are a little bit better than single-use, one-time use plastics, but it is also a petroleum product, so here's what it is. Here's the back of the switch. Oh, looks nice, guys. It looks sweet. I'm gonna go ahead and put this tie-back thing away. All right, let's take a look at this thing. Wow, I love this silver, this brushed aluminum look. All right, and there's our switch, guys. Wow, look at that. So these are our two SFP ports. If you guys don't know, SFP stands for small form. Oh, I can't remember. Small form factor something. It's a modular design that allows you to put in either fiber optics or copper or, you know, Ethernet. I forgot exactly what it stands for, but it's pretty cool. And those are 10 gigabit and 10 gigabit capable, which is pretty nice. So put that cover back because I don't need it yet. So just like I was describing, see those lightning bolts, right? With the plus plus. Okay, those are all those 6 ports right there. Yeah, 8 ports right there between 17, 19, 21, and 23 are all POE++ ports. That means they could do up to 90 watts, which is sweet. The rest of these are just standard POE+, which limits it around 30 watts or so. Pretty freaking sweet. Got our air vent cutouts up here, okay? That's what allows air to flow. And of course, Ubiquity's networking systems have this wonderful 1.2 inch screen, I think. I think that's pretty cool. It's a nice little screen right there. And we got the back. Oh, so this is fanless, actually. I didn't know that. Oh, I knew about it, but I didn't really just consider it till now. But apparently, this is totally fanless. No fans whatsoever anywhere on here. So if you guys are wondering what this is, right? I'll take a look right there. See inside, there's like connectors. Looks like a 24 pin for a motherboard or something. Very similar. So what it is, it looks like a 24 pin for a motherboard, but this is the, excuse me. It's for the UPS connector. To be very clear, it doesn't stand for the uninterruptible power supply. It's for a secondary redundant power supply, redundant from the one that's inside of here. So what that means is if the power supply inside the unit were to fail, this one would take over immediately, okay? Because it'd be running redundant. And that's how they do it. Instead of having a power supply that slides in that's interchangeable, you plug it in right here, and then this takes over. If this were to get unplugged, or if ordered my, I think they're, I forgot what they're called, but they're like plastic cage nuts, and it's really cool. It just goes in really easily. So that's kind of cool. Cage nut screws and looks like rubber feet, if you want to use that. This is probably our, yep, these are our aluminum, heavy duty gauge aluminum rack ears, okay? And we got a power supply cable, just a standard cable, nothing too crazy. This is probably the manual with the Ubiquity code to get started right there. Just a QR code to get started. I'm just gonna put this back because I won't be using